right, we're on.
We are
Yanis,
on.
welcome back for the second one.
Hello, hello, Vadim. It's Vadim, isn't it? I keep
How you
forgetting your
doing,
name.
Yanis? Yeah.
Is it Vadim or Vadim? It's so confusing
Yeah.
sometimes.
You and me knew me since we were like 12 years old. That's all.
That, dude, it's not my fault you have a weird name that keeps changing pronunciation. It just goes from Vadim to Vadim and back again, and I don't know. It's just Russian.
Pick
Just
one and let's roll with it. Pick one, huh?
I think it's Vadim. I'm gonna stick with Vadim. Am I correct?
Stick with Vadim.
Audience wants to.
Okay.
Oh god,
The
it
the
might be
first
wrong.
thing I think we should do is for this podcast episode is show off our t-shirts first.
Yes,
Yanis, you want to go first?
I think that's a
Stand up
tradition
for
that
a
we
second.
need to.
Yeah, that's a weekend shirt for sure, and that's a classical Superman.
That's a classical Superman. I was looking for something to wear because my film lover
Classical and
T-shirt.
the best.
I was gonna wear my film lover T-shirt, but it was full of yellow stains.
We
So
don't want yellow stains on the
yeah, I think I
podcast.
have to
Yeah.
retire that one. Unfortunately, maybe it will look a bit weird. So I went with Superman because I watched the Superman film recently, and I
Oh,
really liked
nice,
it.
nice,
Yeah,
nice, nice,
I
nice.
really enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, maybe later we can have a discussion on that one too.
yeah, yeah.
I
That
mean,
will be a
like in the
private.
future episodes. Yeah.
Well, maybe, but we've got so much. We're gonna go with the old stuff for quite a while. We could have a. It'll be a private one.
Yeah. So I'll go with my T-shirt.
All right. Ooh, you son of a bitch! You just had to upstage me, didn't you?
Yep.
This is for people who don't know. This is going to be a common theme. Vadim is going to try to upstage me in all things, but I'm not having it, man. Like,
Well,
okay, okay,
prior to us recording, I was wearing a jumper and I couldn't show off this T-shirt. So thank you for making me take off my jumper and show off my T-shirt. I think it's a great one.
it is a great one. No,
It's an
it
iconic
kicks ass.
movie,
It's a
and
kick.
from one of my favorite authors, Stephen King.
Definitely a film that we could do one day as part of the podcast. I think. What's
Sorry,
that noise?
something's.
What is
Sorry,
going on? We've
What's
been.
going on, everybody? Mortem here. This time bringing you
sorry. I clicked on something on YouTube. Yeah,
Pay attention, man. Pay
I
attention
know.
to the
I
here
know.
and now. Look, the
My
boys are
apologies.
back in town. The boys are back in town, man. Come on, the boys from we're the boys. We're back in town, and we're bringing the boys from Brazil with us. Um,
Yes,
that is,
the boys from Brazil.
and to anybody watching that came on this, clicked on this episode thinking they're gonna have some like a tutorial on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is not it. This is has nothing to do with that. But yeah, it's
That
uh,
was your recommendation, Yanis,
that
to
was my
watch it because you've
recommendation.
seen it before. I've never seen the movie, so it was interesting because I had to um, order it on Blu-ray, and that's what I did. And with a title like that, you want to make sure you get the right movie. Let's put it this way. Yeah, there's a lot of movies in that with that
Yeah,
title, and some of them are 18 plus. So yeah,
you know,
yeah, I
actually
had
this
to
happens
make sure I
sometimes. I
got
mean,
the right one. Yeah, I had to make sure I got
uh,
the right one, which I did,
how,
and
how many
I'm
did you
glad that
order?
I got it.
In,
Sorry. Like 10 of them. They're
I bet,
sitting in
I bet
in
you
the
ordered,
back
yeah,
room.
exactly. Exactly. You ordered about 10 of them.
Yeah,
It's all good.
yeah,
It's all good.
yeah. Now, look, I'm glad I did get the movie, and it's one of those movies that, look, I've never heard of it before, and it was good to check it out. And I love the theme, so that's what intrigued me into. And when you recommend it, and I go, yeah, that's my kind of movie as well. So I'm glad I watched
Yeah,
it. I watched it last night, and it's still fresh in my head. So yeah, it's going to be a good discussion.
great. Yeah, I watched it for the first time a few months ago, and I thought, yeah, definitely you're gonna like the theme of it, and you like sort of a historic. Um, well, this is not a historic, obviously, film, but it's based on historical figures and historical, the whole World War II thing and the Nazis, and I thought you would like that aspect of it. So, yeah, what did you think of the film then?
Before I tell you what I thought of it, can you tell me how you find out about it?
Well, I knew about it for a long time. Um, I know my father spoke about it at some point.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it was a film I was aware of for a while, but I didn't know what it was all about. I knew it was kind of had to do with Nazis in South
Mm,
America.
mm,
But it wasn't until recently that me and my brother were watching all these 70s films and we got really into 70s cinema. And, that came up and we watched it. And yeah, I was really surprised by it because I don't know why in my head I thought it was going to be this sort of historical academic type of film. I don't know why, but it was,
mm.
yeah, far from it, you know.
Okay. No, that's interesting to hear. Look, my overall view, what I thought of it, I really enjoyed it. It it's the type of movie that's not without problems. I believe it had some dialogue issues, and I also think it's the type of movie that didn't take itself really seriously too much. But overall, it was good. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Mm,
interesting, interesting.
mm.
Do you want to elaborate on that? What about the
Yeah.
dialogue, for
Well,
example?
yeah, yeah. And look, I want to say before I elaborate on it that, all the movies that we discuss on this channel is going to be all spoilers. And again, it's an old movie from 1978. So if somebody's watching, hasn't seen it, look, it is a spoiler discussion. It's just, two mates talking about movies that they love and both seen, and going to spoil the heck out of it and give each other our own opinions. So, um,
And
yeah, it is what it is.
yeah, and in this example, this film lies heavily on the revelation. It's the part that makes it so enjoyable is when you find out the mystery, what's behind everything, and that's a huge spoiler. So yeah,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, yeah, and look, I definitely enjoyed the concept, and it is my type of movie, as you mentioned earlier. It is based on, it is a historical account. Obviously, part of it is fantasy, and but it is based on historical figures, which is quite interesting. And I guess what could have happened uh, if something like this was actually true, which, you kind of, with this type of movie, you watch it, and I think it still stays in the back of your mind thinking, what if? So, the biggest mystery, the biggest what if is, you know, the Nazis that escaped to South America, and one of them is Dr. Mengele. I believe that's how you pronounce his name,
Yeah,
who was
Josef
a doctor.
Mengele.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
was
who was a
a
doctor,
physician.
a real historical figure. He was a physician, and he experimented on a lot of people inside the concentration camps, like Auschwitz. He did a lot of,
Dude,
carried out a lot of different experiments. Yeah,
he was called the Angel of Death, and he was brutal in his experiments. He used to put color dye in the pupils of children to make them blue. And that's why
yep.
you see those native children in the film. It's really eerie
Had
when you
blue
see them
eyes.
walking.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. He used to sew together twins together to make them, I can't say that word, but you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
used to
yeah,
operate
yeah.
without anesthesia. He used to do all sorts of fucking.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I believe they were
I mean,
also experimenting to make maybe like a superhuman, like a super soldier as well. That
I
was.
mean, probably. I don't know about that, but yeah, he was a real piece of. Yeah, he was a real piece of excrement human. It's
Yeah,
totally
and I
psychotic.
I actually heard that he did escape to South America.
No, he did. That's you go into philosophical areas there
Yeah,
because, like, so many people get away with shit every day and just live the rest of them lives. I mean, he lived the rest of his life in fucking a tropical setting,
yeah,
never
tropical
been brought
setting.
to never been brought to justice. So it's a
Yeah,
cool kind of what
it is
happens
a
in
cool
this film.
concept. Yeah, what
Yeah.
if?
Also,
And
it,
obviously,
se-
it's
it's,
taking further.
it serves also like him getting what he deserves, kind of like the Tarantino films of once upon a time in Hollywood, where it changes the what happens to a real event, a real people, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
type of
yeah,
thing. And Inglorious Bastards, where Hitler gets gunned down by a machine gun.
yeah.
So it has that effect as well.
No,
And
it's a really cool concept, and obviously the biggest mystery is the cloning of Adolf Hitler. That was the main point of the movie, and yeah, I thought that was
yeah,
pretty cool.
it was cool the way it was shown because it's a mystery, and then you keep finding layers to it and layers to it and layers to it, and then the revelation acts as an Act Two turning point, leading us into the Act Three and the finale is when when Ezra Lieberman, played by Laurence Olivier, who was Oscar nominated for the run. I think he's exceptional in it. Um, he finds out the truth. He realizes the truth because he keeps getting all these hints, but obviously you can't really. I mean, who's gonna fucking think that's real? And then it only becomes real when he goes to the scientist and he explains to him that theoretically it's possible, and we all know about cloning in the 90s and all that stuff. And so the film is also science fiction, but theoretically it could have happened. That's what it
Yeah,
banks on, that in theoretic scientific terms that whole thing could have, what if, like the what if universe of what if that happened, you know
yeah,
and it
yeah,
ties together real historical figures in such a way where you're like, holy shit, what? Because God knows what that guy was up to. And you have all these reports coming out from South America about you know people with blue eyes and different races and all that stuff. So and
yeah.
for
Crazy.
sure there were rumors that they were trying to bring up upon the Fourth Reich from South
Yeah, the Fourth
America.
Reich. Yeah, actually, I read an interesting book. The name right now escapes me, but I think it's called catching Eichmann.
Right.
So Eichmann was I can't remember what his rank was during the war, but he was one of the ones that escaped to South America, and he lived in Argentina, and it tells the story of Israeli intelligence agents that caught him, captured him, and they kind of do day by day account how they captured him. There's actually a documentary out on it as well, which is fascinating, very interesting. Yeah,
It's uh, it's
very
it's
interesting
it's
story.
very interesting stuff, man. Yeah, you've got obviously you've got the theories about Hitler himself. Um,
Yeah,
and you've got Operation Paperclip, where all sorts of people were taken to the U.S.
right.
and Soviet Union and they continued doing their work there, and they got a free pass. And again, it comes down to this philosophical question that I've been struggling with for a while now about universal. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? I forgot. Justice and like
Hmm.
fairness and like shit. It's there is like we create those concepts, but in reality, those things in nature don't really exist in the way we would like them to exist. And that's
Mm.
a very difficult thing to come to terms with. You know,
Mm. Interesting point. Yeah, yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
going
No,
back
look,
to yeah. Sorry, go on.
yeah, no, I was going to say, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was like I said, a cool concept, and I did have a few issues with the movie itself. I thought that, and look, by the way, the actors were phenomenal in it, and Oscar nominees and so on. Gregory Peck and Laurence Olivier. I haven't seen too many movies with these two actors, but I believe one of them played in Spartacus. Is that right? I think Gregory
Uh,
Peck was in
no,
Spartacus or something
no,
like
no.
that. No,
What role do you mean in Spartacus?
I,
Because
I, don't- I, I
Kirk
don't
Douglas
know.
was the lead in
Yeah, Kirk
Spartacus.
Douglas was, but maybe
Um,
I'm wrong. I don't know.
no, I
But I
think
know they're iconic actors.
it wasn't. Oh, they're very iconic. Yeah, no, you're right. Laurence Olivier did.
Oh, Laurence
Um,
Olivier was okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was obvious. Yeah, yeah, of course he was with
and
Tony
yeah, and
Curtis, and yeah, of course
yeah.
you're right.
You look at these guys, and these are the actors that were born like in the early 1900s, and obviously they're both dead now. And I think Laurence Oli- Olivier, is that how you
Yeah,
pronounce
Laurence
his
Olivier,
name? Yeah,
Sir
I think
Lawrence, Sir Lawrence Olivier.
Sarah Lawrence,
He,
yeah, he passed
he
away
was
like
knighted.
in the late 80s. Yeah.
Yeah,
And Gregory Peck passed away in early 2000s, I believe. So,
look.
yeah, they,
Since we're on the subject, I mean, Laurence Olivier, Sarah Lawrence Olivier had a hell of a 70s decade in terms of performances because he was in Sloth in 1972. Then he was in Marathon Man in 76. Interestingly enough, playing the villain in it, who was based on Josef Mengele. Um, and when I watched Gregory Peck doing the role, it reminded me. My mind went straight away to Olivier in Marathon Man because it was actually he wasn't playing the person himself. It was in modern times the film Marathon Man, hell of a film.
yeah, right.
But they based the character on him.
That's
So
interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
and then he played in Bridge Too Far in '77.
Ah, Bridge Too Far, okay.
Boys from
Yeah.
Brazil in '78, and then in '79 he actually played Van Helsing in Dracula, a TV version of Dracula with fan favorite Frank Langella playing the Count, and it's a real highlight that he's in that film, and the fight scene they have together is a real classic. They're That's a great combination of Van Helsing and Dracula, those two
Mm.
together, and that's a film that maybe we could do. on another episode. Um,
Yeah,
that
yeah, well,
that made for television Dracula it's a real classic. You know.
right. I think I've heard of it, or maybe I've
So
already seen it. Anyway, yeah,
the guy had a
interesting. Yeah,
hell of
we'll
a
have to.
decade.
Yeah, um, yeah. A few issues I had with it was I thought the dialogue kind of didn't work in some scenes. It was a little bit. I felt it was a little bit robotic. Some of the scenes and some of the acting, and especially from the character that Laurence Olivier played. I felt he was. I don't know. He was just a little bit too sarcastic for my liking. Um,
Okay, okay.
he was a
I un-
sarcastic character, and I
Look.
understand that. But I thought that because normally a situation like that, it would be taken a little bit more seriously, and I felt like he was just sarcastic all the way through with his role, in terms of what he was doing. And for me, it kind of worked at the beginning, um, but it kind of didn't work sort of towards later on in the end, I guess, of the movie. So I felt that was a bit of a letdown, and I felt the cloning of the boys, the actual boy, um, the clone Hitler boy. I thought the way they portrayed him and his acting was a little bit robotic. Is the only way I can describe it. He
I,
had
I,
very little sort of choppy dialogue, and I know he's playing that character type role, but I don't know. For some reason, it didn't quite work for me. Yeah, that's the only sort of issues I've had with the film. I thought the dialogue could flow a little bit better in a movie like that and make it more dramatic. I just didn't feel like, and especially at the beginning, I didn't feel like the movie captured the atmosphere of they are Nazis, it felt a little bit more casual.
okay, interesting,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Um, okay, so
I,
I'll
I, I
touch.
guess I was looking for a little bit more, I wouldn't say brutality, but um, I was looking for a little bit more. I can't put my finger on it, but I just wanted to see a little bit more of the type of people that they were portraying. I just thought it was a little bit sloppy.
Okay, okay. Yeah, interesting. So, if I can touch on those 3 points or 2 points or whatever, the character of Ezra being sarcastic, um, for me was fine, and I thought I enjoyed that he had humor to. He brought some humor to it, but I feel like someone who lives the type of life that he lived, the character lived, and seen a lot of stuff, lived through a lot of things, and someone who's you can tell he's not very social. You know he's not very outgoing and social. He just has a relationship. His only friend is his sister. I think for me, that type of character would have that as a defense mechanism psychologically. He would be sarcastic and he would try to find humor in things. So I actually like that. And I want to touch upon the characterization itself. How for me it was brilliant because straight away you get a flown, fully fledged character, which is something that's in my opinion, missing from most modern films. Um, Immediately, you see him being a mess. He's living you learn that he cannot pay the rent. His house has plumbing issues and water coming everywhere, all over the place. His only ally and friend is his sister, who by the way, is a I really liked her as a character. I thought she's not in it for too much, but whenever she's in it, she makes it count. Um, so you straight away within 1 minute, within a few minutes, you find out that he's this old, alone, vulnerable guy without money, without much, going for him, and then he's thrown thrust without without him doing it. He's thrust into this big mystery suddenly, and that made it for me more appealing. You know. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, now for
Interesting. Yeah.
the child, I think it's. I think what you're saying is that he was a bit on the nose in his performance and the dialogue, um, and a bit.
You're talking about the clone?
Yeah, the kid clone.
Yeah. Yep.
The dialogue there was a bit on the nose, and the performance was a bit on the nose. But then again, it's tricky because you're dealing with a clone of Hitler, so you cannot, and you don't want to give the game away straight away, right? Because it's a mystery. But then you still want them to have some sort of essence of Hitler, as we know
Yeah,
him,
I know.
as you know
It
what I mean.
was a little bit.
So it's kind of tricky to get the balance right, But I mean, I agree with you, like on that no point. Um, as for the Nazis in the beginning, I don't know. I thought the music created tension. I thought the music was fantastic. Obviously, the composer was Jerry Goldsmith, who is an absolute legend. And he's done the Star Trek films, First Blood, so many. And together with the director Franklin J. Schrafer, they've done Planet of the Apes. They worked
Yeah.
together on Planet of the Apes, on Papillon, and Peyton, all absolute classic films. And they worked together again on this. And, I thought the music was quite tense when it had to be, and quite revelatory when it had to be, like this beautiful orchestra music. And I found, I found the whole Nazi thing in the beginning because of the music. I was sold to it myself. But I can see your point as well. I mean, it's good to have
Yeah.
different viewpoints. We're not gonna agree to with everything, and that would be boring. So yeah, that's the way I saw
Well,
it on that part. Go on.
yeah. No, look, it's interesting to look at that as well. Like, maybe I have to watch it again. And like I said, I appreciated the first time, but maybe when I watch it again, I'll appreciate it even more the second time. So
Eh,
yeah.
I know. Also, like the film has a difficult challenge in that it's it work like if you tell me what that film is as a genre, it's a conspiratorial thriller. It's a thriller with a conspiracy, right? And it's also a mystery, but I mean, it's also sci-fi, but it doesn't play out as a sci-fi. But they're having a difficult task in selling us this really out there concept of what if Hitler was cloned. Like immediately you want to laugh. You're like, Hitler cloned. I think they did a pretty decent job having a balance of, and maybe that's why there was humor in it. There was actually a couple of
Yeah.
scenes also with Mengele where he was funny. I thought he was quite funny the stuff he said. Um, but I think they try to balance it, having it work as a thriller, and having it to be gritty, together with having it to be this sci-fi out there kind of a concept. If does that make sense? Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I perfectly understand that because, yeah, it is a challenging movie, and it was taken from a book. And I'm thinking that I want to actually track down the book because the story is based on the novel, and I think actually the novel would be probably much better than the movie, even though the movie was enjoyable. I want to track it down and read it and sort of do a
Yeah, the
comparison.
novel is
So,
by Ira Levin,
11,
who also
yeah,
did Rosemary's Baby. He wrote Rosemary's Baby,
yes,
and he wrote the Stepford Wives.
wives, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so yeah, that's pretty big thumbs up to the
yeah,
guy.
it
That's
is,
a trilogy. And he's done other books, but those are the ones I know of. And wow, that's amazing. It
yeah.
also was written by Hayward Gould, who wrote. Interesting enough, he wrote Cocktail with Tom Cruise, which is
Oh, right.
quite a different quite a different film. Um, so yeah, man. Shit. I wish you. I feel kind of bad now. I wish you would have liked it a bit more because
No, I did, I
you
did.
told me about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I really like that. So then I thought, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
look,
we're gonna reverse it, and I'm gonna
I
take.
definitely give it two thumbs up, but I did have issues with it as well. Like I said, it sort of didn't grab me as I thought as it would, because I heard a lot of good things about this movie, and I agree on most part, but I did have some issues, and it it sort of didn't work for me at some points. Like I told you why, in terms of the sarcasm, and I know what you explained is perfectly well, but it on a serious subject like that, it kind of took me out a little bit. So
Well, let's ask. Please, whoever listens to this, comment underneath how you feel about these points. What's your take on it? And we'll be very interested to know how you found those points yourselves.
mm, mm.
What I really enjoyed also the finale. I enjoyed the hell out of the. I thought it was
Oh,
brilliant the way they did
brilliant!
the fight
Yes,
scene. The fight scene, man, it was so good. Like it felt so real because they're scratching. They're like
yeah,
fuck. Sorry, scratching each
yeah.
other, and he does. Oh, the hot
It's all right.
cocoa went down the wrong way. He does. Which one is it that does the Mike Tyson Holyfield? He does the Mike Tyson Holyfield move.
But
Um,
yeah, they bit the ear. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
ear,
Uh,
yeah. So
yeah, I think Mengele bit
is it Mengele that
Lieberman.
does it?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
think so. But
and
they were going at each other. They were
yeah,
scratching. They were biting,
man,
and the
scratching
dogs
and biting,
and
and then
the
the dogs,
dogs.
man,
That was. But
forget about
how
it, man.
interesting was
Wow.
that? Remember when Mengele comes into the clone boy's house and how he gets rid of the dogs? That was
Yeah, yeah,
amazing. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, man. Because the guy is
yeah,
like so intelligent and ruthless at the same
yeah.
time, and like
You just frozen deaf.
oh,
Yeah.
Fatim, are you there? You're a bit stuck.
I think I
Hello?
lost you there, Yanis. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
I
back.
lost you.
Yeah,
I lost you as well. Yeah, sorry.
yeah,
That whole what did you hear? That whole thing was done so well because the guy was ruthless and he
yeah.
was
With the
ve-
dogs and
very smart, and you know just the way that played out, and then when the dogs finally when they attack him, and it's because of the boy, and
yeah,
I was like, did they fucking eat him for real? Like it felt so
yeah.
raw and
Who's
real,
he
man.
gonna
It was
choose? Who's the boy gonna choose to save? Yeah, yeah.
well,
That
the
was
boy, yeah,
really interesting.
the boy. What sent the boy out over the edge was the father, and he realized that
Yeah,
that guy killed
yeah,
the father, and he's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna, and then like it's so eerie, like he tells him, I'm gonna do I could walk out and you'll bleed to
yeah,
death. I
yeah,
don't have to
yeah. That
phone
was
anybody.
that,
Like that was so fun. And it makes a
yeah,
deal. It
yeah.
goes,
That
if you
was
tell the
yeah,
police that this didn't happen, I'll call the ambulance. Like man, the finale was just fantastic for me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I really liked how, on a different subject, I really liked in the hospital that Ezra took the file with the names, and when the kid from the secret agency asks for it because they want to kill the babies, the baby. Well, they want to kill the boys. Like, we're gonna kill all the boys, and I'm like, no, like hell you are. You're not gonna do that.
Mm.
And he burns the paper, and I'm like, yes, because I hate all that bullshit when people say, oh, if I had a time machine, I would go back in time and murder baby Jesus, baby Jesus, wrong baby, baby Hitler,
I'm
and I'm
losing you
like,
there,
oh, fuck,
Yanis.
shut the hell up, shut the hell up, you know. Oh,
Yeah,
are
oh,
you
you're
there?
back. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, I heard that bit. Yeah, with the names. Yeah, that was really
Yeah, yeah,
interesting.
because
On one
look,
hand, you
if
don't want to kill, innocent 94 boys.
yeah, if
Um,
you go around, basically that's Nazism. That's when you make it in your head that you're justified to do whatever because it's for a greater good. That's where all those things lead. That's where Nazism led. You're not you're just as bad as them, you know.
exactly,
If you're gonna be going
exactly.
around doing those things, if you go,
Yeah,
oh, time machine, I'm gonna go back in time and murder the
yeah.
baby Hitler, like, fuck off. Just make sure he, if you want to do a big thing, take the baby and raise him well, and maybe he grows up to be a good guy.
And
Don't.
and the movie kind of it's an open ending where yes, the boys are safe, but like you said, did they grow up to their adulthood in a good environment that made them good people, or maybe 93 of them did, but one didn't. Who knows?
Yeah, and it shows. I mean, the way it ends, it does the thing that 70s films like to do a lot, where the ending is eerie and sort of open to interpretation.
I like
So
that. It makes
yeah,
you think after the movie.
yeah.
You go, I went to bed after watching it and I just kept thinking about it. It had a good effect on me in terms of what if this happens? And like I said, I was thinking, well, the boys are alive, right? You don't know how they actually raised, and having that part DNA, part that mental thinking, you know, shit.
Oh, you know what? I just realized also just now that's the only boy out of all of the 94 boys. That one is the only one that knows the truth. He knows that he was Hitler.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he told them that before. Mengele
yeah.
told them that before he was
Like,
killed. Yeah,
none of the other boys know it. So but this boy having the inception of the idea now that he's meant to be Hitler, God knows how he would potentially grow up. Not that it will make a difference
exactly.
because
And
the
plus, he
time.
lost his dad. He still had his mother, but yeah, who knows? Yeah,
I
but
mean,
then again, looking at him, you go, he could go to the dark side really easily.
yeah, but again, there's also all those geopolitical, historical situations where influence a person in the way they act. So it's not like, um, yeah, again, I mean, it was a very far fetched premise by the Mengele in the film, that because from what I could tell, unless he was like, I don't know how far he was willing to take it, but obviously there's a lot of things that are different in 1978 than they were in Germany of the 30s,
Of course,
So
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
mean, but yeah, again, interesting things to think about, though, how
yeah.
things
It
would
is. It
can
is.
work out, and how nature versus nurture versus nature, and all those things, how someone can turn out, or not, or uh,
No, well, you're right. And having that, you also got to think having that part DNA and look. don't know how cloning works, and but if you really think about it, even if you have that DNA, Hitler's DNA, does this mean you have that thinking as well?
Yeah,
I
exactly. I
don't know.
mean,
Yeah.
I
I
yeah,
mean, I could have DNA, my ancestors could have been Vikings or something. I mean, I don't have a mentality of running around and bloody, you know, ravaging things like a Viking or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? We all
yeah.
have DNAs of someone in the past, and it could be someone really, really bad. You don't know, you
I
know.
think
Um,
that's why. Yeah, it's the whole nature
or
plus.
someone that acted bad and we have part of their DNA doesn't mean we're going to be that person. I mean,
Exactly, exactly.
we have our father's DNAs and we could be different people, right? To our dad, that type of thing. So like different thinking. But yeah,
Yeah, I think it's interesting also the cloning, and we can end with this. I think for me, growing up in the 90s, it was all the rage. Cloning, remember? Cloning was all the rage, man.
I don't
It
actually
was
remember this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Dolly the sheep, and then it was all these films were about cloning. There was like film after film after film coming out about cloning. The Sixth
All
Day with
right. Okay.
Schwarzenegger, like
Oh,
so
right.
many.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
It
Yeah.
was everywhere. It was all about cloning, and then suddenly, I swear to God, come the 2000s, 2005 onwards, it like disappeared from the social consciousness. Like nobody talked about it anymore. And I'm like, is this done on purpose? Are they, you know,
Yeah.
screwing with us? I mean, because I've got a, like a, I'm thinking to myself like, I bet these fuckers are doing all these fucking experiments, underground, because they can. Cloning is real. They can clone any animal. In theory, they can definitely clone a human. So God knows what they've done already, and they decided suddenly to make it disappear from human consciousness, almost, because nobody ever
Yeah.
talks anymore about cloning. So, well, not as much
Exactly.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
thinking, yeah, God knows what's
Yeah,
going on in.
yeah, and
In
you're right because there'll be a decade or a period where they talk about aliens. Like aliens is a
yeah,
hot topic nowadays, but
yeah,
you know,
aliens,
10,
aliens.
10, 20 years ago, nobody was really talking about it. Now everyone's talking about it. So, and it's even on the news.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah, man, it'll come out at some point. They'll
mm,
discover this human clone by accident, and then it'll be all the rage for a while. Then I don't know, or maybe not. I don't know, but yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I find it kind of interesting that the conversation has is not as strong anymore as it used to be.
yeah, yeah,
Um, is there
yeah.
anything else
Now
you want
look,
to add?
yeah, no, look, I want to say, yeah, look, I really enjoyed that. Thank you for the recommendation. Like I said, I thought it was a great movie. I mean, I'll definitely watch it again and see if I can get a little bit more excited about it because the points that you brought up, maybe I missed those things first time watching it, but now I'll go in with a little bit more information and hopefully I'll enjoy it even more the second time around. So thank you. Thank you
No,
very
my
much for
pleasure, man.
that.
My
Yeah,
pleasure.
it was an
Yeah,
interesting
of course.
discussion and I enjoyed that,
Uh,
immensely.
let,
So yeah.
I'll add quickly that Steve
Yeah.
Gutenberg of Police Academy
Steve
is,
got it. Yes, I was going to
yes,
mention that. I forgot. He's so young in it.
he's so
That was
young.
before
He's so
Police
young.
Academy days. I
Yeah,
know.
and
I
I'm
know.
like,
How cool was that?
and
Yeah.
he was cool in it, but at the beginning I'm like, oh shit, I don't know if I can take
Yeah.
him seriously because it's the Police
Yeah, I
Academy
know.
guys.
I
I
couldn't
don't know.
take him as well. I could
Yeah,
only see him in the comedy. I can't see
yeah,
him in the. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
yeah,
amazing. I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to, but I forgot about it. So yeah,
yeah.
no,
Oh, and
that's
also shout out to Gregory Peck because up until that point he was Atticus Finch. He was the patriarch in Cape Fear going up against the the sadistic Max Cady of Robert Mitchum. He was this super clean cut, highly moral good guy in the consciousness of people.
Yeah.
He played morally ambiguous characters a little bit here and there, like in Duel of the Sun in 1946. You can say he was morally ambiguous, maybe in Moby Dick as well, but not a straight out villain. And he was such a clean cut moral character, guy doing films like that, playing the really good guy. And in this, he's really effective, and it's a really good part of his resume that he's
He's a
playing
great
like.
actor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, well done. That was and it was a good casting as well to play against
Excellent
high.
casting.
Yeah. So yeah,
Mm.
I think
We'll wrap it
uh,
up there.
we'll wrap it up there. That was very enjoyable to talk to you about this film,
Yeah, yeah.
and looking
Excellent.
forward to the new one.
Thank you
Let's
very
say
much.
quickly, and I'll let you click off, and then we can continue talking. But yeah, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Those people watching this, we really appreciate it. And those things, it's tiring to say, I know, but they're very important. And comment, please, by all means, comment underneath.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Good
thank
or
you, thank
bad, we
you.
love it all. This is
Yeah,
raw and uncut, so yeah.
yeah. Thank you
Uh,
for listening to us. Thank you
Thanks,
very
guys.
much.
Thanks, Yanis. Bye bye.
Bye bye, man. Bye bye. Bye bye.